Hello, dear students. Welcome to the economics class for Standard 11. Today, we are going to start with the third chapter, that is Consumer Equilibrium by Utility Analysis. Dear students, let me discuss these terms before. Consumer means an economic agent, equilibrium means balanced condition, utility refers to satisfying power of a good, and analysis means the study. It means in this chapter we're going to study about that utility concept of the consumer which provide him the level of equilibrium. So let us understand who is an economic agent consumer. Consumer is an economic agent who buys goods and services. Up to this point, definition is incomplete because an economic agent who buys goods and services is a buyer itself. As from producer, wholesaler buys goods and services. Further, he sell those goods to the retailer, and further retailer sells the goods to the consumer. So in this process of chain, the retailer and wholesaler all are buyers, but they are not consumer. Consumer is that who buys goods and services to get satisfaction from their use. So here we are talking about the consumer as an agent who is using the goods, who is buying the good and getting satisfaction out of that. Next, we have constraints, like the consumer is having limited income with him and his wants are unlimited, and the most important thing is that the consumer wants maximum satisfaction from the expenditure and even from the use of that good. So these are the basic constraints that we have to work upon. Now move forward to the utility concept, that is the analysis base of this chapter. Utility means want satisfying power of a good. Like I'm teaching you right now. So here whiteboard, marker, duster and mobile phone, all these goods are having the utility, and that is why I'm using these goods and getting satisfaction from the use of these goods. So all the goods are having utility power. We can get that only after the use. Without use, we cannot get utility from any of the good. It is very important feature of utility that all the goods have utility power, but we can get that only after use. Without use, it is not possible to get that utility power. Like if we are thirsty, and a glass of water can provide us utility. But if we are not thirsty, we don't want to drink water, or even a jug is kept there on a table with the water, there is no use of that water for us. So the utility is want satisfying power of a good, but it can be received only after use. The next content we have is measure of utilities. So we are having two approaches to deal with utility. The very first approach is cardinal approach, that is presented by Professor Marshall. That is why it is termed as Marshallian approach, that we are going to discuss in the same chapter, utility analysis. According to this approach, utility can be measured in numbers, like numerical numbers 1 2 3 4 and so on, because Professor Marshall was an mathematician, and he used mathematical formulations to discuss or to deal with the policies and even models of economics. The second approach is ordinal approach, that is given by Professor Higgs. That is why it is termed as Higgsian approach, that will discuss in the next chapter, number 4. According to this approach, satisfaction can be ranked only. Like from the use of a good, we can conclude that the item use was good, it was better or best, even bad worst, or even the satisfaction was of high or low level. According to Higgs, we can't give number to the satisfaction. So this was the difference between these two approaches and their ideas to be classifying. So, dear students, revise the same content and note down the same to strengthen your base regarding this concept of microeconomics. Thank you. Have a nice day.